It is March 19 and I am at the Petrified Forest National Park. And sadly, it is such a blustery day that I'm unable to talk on video, so I have to do a voiceover. There are two entrances to this national park, and so I randomly chose to do the Painted Desert entrance first. The Painted Desert extends over 7,500 square miles across northeastern Arizona. Because Petrified Forest National Park lies at its heart, the entire park contains the colorful rocks of the Painted Desert. These particular mudstone and sandstone rocks are called the Chinle Formation. All of the colors you see are caused by the iron in the sediments. During deposition, the drier climates allow the minerals to be exposed to oxygen, rusting the iron and creating red, brown, and orange colors. Wetter climates can drown the sediments, allowing little or no contact with oxygen, causing the layers to be blue, gray, and purple. The Painted Desert offers a rich story of travelers, traders, and migrants passing near this location through the centuries. This natural travel corridor skirts the Rocky Mountains and other adverse terrain, providing a direct route between the eastern and western United States. For thousands of years, people, including Ice Age hunters, Spanish explorers, military and railroad expeditions, and automobile drivers, favored this path of least resistance. To open the west to settlement, Lieutenant Edward Beale established a road between Fort Defiance and the Colorado River. As part of a military experiment, Beale used over 20 camels as pack animals in this tough, dry terrain. Even though the camels could carry more weight over longer distances with little water, they spooked the horses and mules, making their use difficult. The United States Camel Corps was short-lived but integral to the construction of the Beale Wagon Road. Petrified Forest is the only national park in the country with a portion of historic Route 66 within its boundaries. This stretch of Route 66 was open from 1926 until 1958 and was the primary way millions of travelers initially experienced Petrified Forest and the Painted Desert. Imagine driving to this spot in the 1932 Studebaker when this road was in its heyday. The rocks that you see before you is called newspaper rock for the more than 650 images pecked, carved, or incised into the boulders below. These petroglyphs were created by ancestral Puebloan people living, farming, and hunting along the Puerco River between 650 and 2,000 years ago. The exact meaning behind each petroglyph is unknown, but collaboration with contemporary American Indians provides insight into the significance of these glyphs, with themes to include family or clan symbols, territorial boundaries, important events, and spiritual meanings. The movements of the sun, moon, and stars are also charted in a special group of glyphs used to manage ceremonial and agricultural calendars. Blue Mesa is one of the best places in the park for visitors to explore badlands. Badlands are found around the world, usually in arid regions where poorly consolidated rock undergoes infrequent but torrential rain. The soft rock funnels quantities of water down rills, gullies, and washes, the water carrying loads of sediment away. Bentonite clay within the formation can swell up with moisture, shrinking and cracking as it dries, creating an elephant skin surface. Beneath the surface, an intricate maze of natural pipes and spaces form within the Badlands. Clues to this hidden natural plumbing manifests on the face of the Badlands as dimples in the ground, sinks, slumps, and seeps. As erosion continues, caves and natural bridges can form as the spaces are exposed. Erosion continues to create new features every year. Clay minerals are arranged in a microscopic three-layered chemical sandwich. The bread consists of sheets of silica and elements like magnesium. The filling is water. When the whole mass becomes wet after a rain, it acts like a sponge, expanding to 7 or 8 times its dry volume. Clay's great absorption capacity makes it ideal for bonding agents, industrial catalysts, and cat litter. This same characteristic, however, makes it highly undesirable as a roadbed. Now, normally you could travel the entire park from end to end. It's about a 26-mile road trip. But as my luck would have it, there was construction. So I had to get back on the freeway and drive an hour to get to the south entrance, where the petrified log part of the park was. Now, how do logs become petrified, you might ask? Well, these logs were buried in the flood, and through time, silica-enriched groundwater percolated through the logs, replacing the organic molecules in the wood and creating a replica in quartz. These logs were absolutely beautiful when you came up close to them. I was just astonished. They look like precious jewels. So the different colors in them represent contamination. Mineral impurities within the quartz give the wood its various colors. Iron oxides are the red, yellow, orange, and purple. The manganese oxides are black and gray, and white is pure quartz. I then went for a walk to Agate House. It was originally built with agatized wood blocks and mud mortar. Agate House likely housed a single family sometime between 1050 and 1300. Finally, some peace and quiet. That was the worst windstorm I've ever been in. I thought for sure a tornado was going to touch down, and that's the first time that I could not say anything in my video. I felt so bad, but I had made that effort to get there, so I thought I should persevere. Anyway, you can get a lot of different object lessons from the petrified forest, like how God turns something rotten and dead into something incredibly beautiful. That was amazing how those logs became so precious. But I'm thinking along another line here. I'm thinking about the logs reminding me of being hardened. Like Pharaoh hardened his heart, and God caused the plagues to come because God wanted to deliver his people from Egypt, but Pharaoh wouldn't let him. And once Pharaoh softened his heart, God stopped the plagues and his people were delivered. So I'm just thinking now with this COVID-19 and pandemic that's going on, maybe God is giving us ample opportunity and signs that he wants us to soften our hearts and turn our lives over to him before it's too late. So I just hope people realize that. So what is preventing you from giving your life to God? Something to think about. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Assalamu alaikum, shalom, peace.
When you walk through a storm, hold your head up high, and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of the storm is a golden sky, and the sweet silver song of a lark. Walk on through the rain, walk on through the wind, though your dreams be tossed and blown. Walk on with hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. You'll never walk alone.